What is up, crew? This is Allie, your health and fitness coach. Today I'm going to talk about the difference between the old MZ3 MyZone heart rate monitor versus the new MZ Switch. So whether you're about to get into it or you're deciding which one to get, I'm going to break it down for you and I'll have all of your answers in this video. I've gotten some awesome comments from you guys that you really appreciate these videos. Do me a favor and like this video if it really helps you answer your questions, and leave me a quick comment. I'd like to respond back to you, and thank you for watching my channel. I'm going to quickly break it down on which one's going to work better for you if you're just getting into the new MyZone heart rate monitors. I'm going to go through on what they have in common, what they don't have in common, and then I'm going to go into greater detail. So if I mention anything that you're curious about, keep listening and I'm going to dive into it more. Also, don't forget that discount promo code down in the description. All right, starting off with the most important, accuracy. MyZone has knocked this out of the park. They are accurate over 90%. There's a little bit different accuracy between the MZ3 and the MZ Switch, and I'm gonna go into that in just a tiny little bit. But you get accuracy over 90%. Now, if you're currently using an Apple Watch, a Fitbit, and you're wondering, well, why do I need MyZone? Just know that I did another video, so check out my YouTube channel. I did another video where your Fitbit is only about 46% accurate on tracking your heart rate monitor as a heart rate monitor versus MyZone. So the number one thing that MyZone knocks out the park is your accuracy. So this is awesome. Even with the new belt, you're not losing your accuracy. My next favorite thing is that these two belts are chargeable by a USB. I used to use Polar heart rate monitor way back in the day, and you had to buy the little batteries and it was a mess, right? So with these, you can charge them using a USB cord. Just a little side note, if I lose you at this point in the video, make sure you're charging these using a computer, not an outlet. There's a big difference in the charging, and it will ruin your MyZone belt if you use an outlet, or it won't last as long. So make sure that you're using a computer to charge your MyZone belt, either one. My third favorite thing is that they are washable. You can throw these in the washer and let them air dry. That is a key thing. You do not want to throw them in your dryer. The dryer will ruin the electrical pads on the back of the belt. They're also both adjustable. So no matter what size you get, and there is a sizing on my website to help you pick the right size, you can adjust them. So awesome, if you're starting to lose weight, you can get that a little bit tighter. No need to make it super uncomfortable, but you can make that snug so that it can detect your heart rate the most accurate for you. All right, so now let's talk about the differences. The old version, the MZ3, only has the chest strap. That is the only strap that you get with the MZ3. And you'll notice that the device is a little bit larger. Now the new MZ Switch has 3 belts included. This is the device, so it's a little bit smaller. Some say that it's more comfortable to wear. You get the chest strap, the wrist strap, and the arm strap. And I'm going to go into the differences also later on. So if you're curious on what strap does what, stay tuned. All right, before we talk about all the accessories and all the fun differences between the MZ3 and the MZ Switch, I want to talk about the biggest one that's going to depend on your performance. The MZ3 was suggested that it was water resistance up to 10 meters. So not very much. If you were going swimming with it, it wasn't very accurate. You could get it wet, but it wasn't gonna be amazing. So all of you who love to swim for your exercises were really lacking with MyZone. You weren't able to use it for what you really wanted to do. So MyZone came out with the new MZ Switch so that you can go swimming for your exercise. So with the MZ Switch, what they did is they changed up and added an extra way to detect a heart rate in water and made it more accurate by allowing you to wear it around your arm. You'll also notice that I am wearing it on the inside. I'm going to break down where you should wear these for what exercises, but the biggest difference and why you should get the MZ Switch is if you are a swimmer or you want to be a swimmer and want to know how many calories you're burning, how many effort points are you earning in the water, the MZ Switch is the only option for you while detecting your heart rate in the water. So make sure if you are a swimmer to get the MZ Switch, and you're going to be wearing that around your wrist. Now, because the MZ Switch also comes with more straps, they did a cool thing and they also gave you a bag. I love this because you can keep all of your straps inside, including the charging cable. A lot of my clients have had to purchase a charging cable to replace the one that they lost. So now you can keep everything nice in this little bag, and it's a material that you can wash. So when your sweaty and stinky belts go inside, chuck this in the wash as well, and you can keep everything smelling fresh. Now the MZ Switch also did a very fun thing. A girl loving to accessorize, this is one of my favorites. I had to, if you know me and you've seen my website, you know I love purple. So I had to get the purple straps. When you purchase the purple straps or any color strap, you get just the wrist and the armband. The chest strap only comes in red. Okay, now my last difference between the MZ3 and the MZ Switch is the color indicator. When you are wearing the MZ Switch on your wrist while you're running, this little guy right here lights up and it will let you know what color you are in during your heart rate. So with MyZone, the blue means 60, green is 70, yellow is 80, and red is 90% of your max heart rate. So when you're running, you can look down and you can see what color zone you are in. Now, to clarify, you can also see your heart rate colors with the old version, the MZ3, but you have to use the app. So for instance, if I am running with the MZ3 around my chest, to see what color zone I'm in, I have to pull my phone out, open up the app, and see it, which is perfectly fine, especially if I'm stopping during my run and I'm taking a break and I want to see it. But the awesome part about the MZ Switch is I can continue running, look down at my wrist, and see that color zone. Hopefully comparing the MZ3 and the MZ Switch side by side really helps you make a decision on your purchase. I'm going to break down a little bit more in detail the differences, but if you are right now ready to go, make sure you go down in the description and click on the voucher website and you can save on your new MZ Switch. You also can purchase the MZ3 on that website. So if you're not a swimmer and you are completely comfortable with the chest strap, make sure you also save with your MZ3. This is a website that is only valid for US discount. So if you are outside of the US, you should go to MyZone's website to purchase your MyZone. All right, so I want to make this part of the video also pretty quick for you. I don't want you to go and chase answers in another video. So I'm going to break down the differences in a little bit greater detail to give you that much more answers for your questions, okay? All right, so I talked about accuracy being over 90%. So let's just break that down a little bit. The MZ3 is 99.4% accurate compared to an EKG, all right? So if you're not a swimmer and you're comfortable with wearing this across your chest, then the MZ3 is gonna be a perfect option for you. Now, when you wear this around your wrist, MyZone drops down to only 95% accurate. I've heard so many people online throw a fit about this, but 95% accuracy because they added their new heart rate detector that uses the blood flow in your arm, it doesn't really lose a whole lot of accuracy. Again, let me just remind you, your Fitbit and Apple Watch drop down to about 46%. So 95 versus 99.4, MyZone still wins with the accuracy. They really, again, just want to reiterate, MZ3, the old version, is not great for swimming. So if you are a swimmer, make sure you get the MZ Switch. So in my opinion, MyZone won with the USB charger. I love just being able to plug this in. Make sure you're charging this with your computer, not an outlet, because your outlet is a higher charging rate that it's going to, over time, ruin your MyZone belt. Okay, so make sure that you're using a computer. Now, I am an Apple user, so I just want to throw this out there. Apple users, if you have a Mac computer, we do not have a USB. So you're going to want to go to Amazon and get just a USB adapter. Okay, so this little end will go into our Mac, and then your MyZone charger can go into this end. Super easy. Also, so you don't lose this thing, you can throw it in the bag that MyZone sends you with your new MZ Switch. The chargers are different between the old and the new. So if you lose your new MZ Switch charger, you're not going to be able to use your MZ3, but don't worry, you can also purchase a replaceable on MyZone's website. So all you do to charge these is you can see on the back, there's this little copper looking thing that is going to connect with this. Pretty simple. You just snap it on, plug it into your outlet on your computer, and you're good to go. It will flash green when it's fully charged. I believe it flashes red when it's needing to be charged. When you're in the MyZone app, it will tell you what your battery life is, so that way you know when you need to charge it. These can hold over 400 hours of activity, so charging them is very rare. Which, side note, that's why this is awesome to throw in your little bag that MyZone gives you, because you don't charge it very often, this thing often gets lost. So do yourself a favor and just throw that in the bag. All right, I did say that they are washable. Make sure you disconnect your device. Do not throw this in the washer with it. Unsnap it, disconnect it. You can throw all of your MyZone belts, bag included, in the washer. Just do not put your chest strap through the dryer. You do not want to get these black things in the dryer. They will ruin. All right, so I talked about the belts being adjustable. Pretty quite simple. When you do purchase these, the standard size, there is a size reference on the website to help you decide if you need a standard or a large. But even then, when you do get it, you can loosen it up fairly easy. The arm straps are all Velcro, so that's pretty simple to adjust as well. All right, now the biggest question is, what belt do you wear for what activity? The MZ3, of course, only comes with the chest strap, so you're gonna be wearing that all the time. Now, if you're a swimmer and you purchase the MZ3, you're gonna be wanting to wear the wrist. I have all of these here. Let's do this, there we go. You're gonna wanna be using the wrist for the swimming activity. So here's your device. Maybe you took it off of your chest strap. All you have to do is you're just gonna put it inside here, and it just snaps in. A little side note, I've noticed in the last 6 months, since using the wrist strap and going back to the chest strap, I've noticed that this is getting a little bit loose on me. Now that's fine because I also upgraded to the purple straps. So I have 2 arms and 2 wrist straps, but over time you might notice these get a little bit loose. Don't worry, you can buy new ones, but to help prevent that, maybe don't switch back and forth between the wrist and the chest strap so often. Okay, so if you're wearing this on your wrist, it's actually about 2 inches below your wrist. So you're gonna want it right there. You'll notice that I keep putting it on so that it's on the inside. Naturally, we don't grow very much hair here, so you're gonna have the best connection on the inside of your arm versus the outside. So men, if you have very hairy arms, make sure that you're using it on the inside. That's also where your pulse is, and because this is using blood flow, that's gonna make it a little bit more accurate by having it on this side, okay? So about, again, 2 inches. Now, if I am working out in the gym and I have my grips on, I will lower it a little bit, and I haven't noticed too much of a loss in accuracy. So it is adjustable between here and here. So if you're swimming, you're gonna wanna wear it around your wrist. What they suggest for either wrist or arm, and the arm is just up here, okay? What they suggest for these is repeatable arm movements. So swimming and something predictable. If you're on an elliptical and you're constantly moving your arms in the same motion, that is gonna be really good for these. If you are doing anything with a grip, they suggest to not use these because that will affect the accuracy. However, I have used these on upper body days and I have been fine with it. I might lose a little bit of percentage of accuracy, but not enough for me to really change to the chest strap. So other than swimming, the chest strap can be used for any exercise. A lot of people have said that they don't like to put the chest strap on when they're going to the gym, so they would like to use these, but just know that you might lose a little bit of accuracy if you are not doing repetitive movements with your arms or if you're gripping. But like I said, not enough to maybe have you switch to the chest strap. A lot of people upgraded to the MZ switch because of the arm options. They did not like the chest option. One last little tip here, when you are wearing your chest strap, the new electrical pads on the back are wider apart. A lot of people online have noticed more accuracy when they put it on and they slide it to the left because that's where your heart rate is. So I don't wear this dead center. So if the device were connected, it's gonna be off to the left a little bit, and that's fine, but that's gonna be a little bit better connection there. All right, so last thing in this video really quick, I wanna talk about the color. So the really cool upgrade with the MZ switch is that when you're running, you can glance down at your new MZ switch and look at the color while you're doing your activity. Running, because I'm a runner, I'm definitely not a swimmer, but of course, if you're swimming, you could look at the color as well. The MZ3 does allow you to look at the color, like you can see here in this screenshot, is you just have to open up the app and you can see the color. So if you are running and you have your phone nearby, maybe pulling it out while you're running, or if you're swimming and you go to look at your phone, either one is fine. It's just really awesome to be able to look down while doing your activity and seeing where your heart rate is. And maybe it is better than what you expected, maybe it's not, but it kind of gives you that little mental like, okay, buck up, Your heart is fine. You're just tired. Let's dig in a little bit deeper and let's earn those calories. All right, crew, that is it for the difference between your MZ3 and your MZ Switch. So I hope you like this video. If you do, please hit the like button. If you have any more questions, go ahead and drop that question down below and I will answer it personally. I appreciate you and I hope you guys have an awesome workout.